Welcome back. You're tuned into Bazaar Morning Call. Well, as promised, let's get straight to our top 10 list of stocks that we're tracking. We welcome our team as well today. And let's start off with the big deal that was announced late last evening. Vivek, you gave us a heads up that this Glenmark deal is likely to be announced and bang on yet again. So congratulations on that front. You go first. Tell us about Glenmark Life.
Well, good morning. Absolutely, just as we had indicated yesterday that the Nirma Group was the front runner to go ahead and pick up a majority controlling stake in Glenmark Life Sciences from Glenmark Pharma. Along expected lines, yesterday evening, this particular deal was announced. So promoter entity Glenmark Pharma is selling 75% stake in the company to Nirma Limited. So Nirma Limited will acquire 75% out of the total 82.84% stake that Glenmark Pharma holds in Glenmark Life Sciences. Now, this particular stake sale is being done at 615 rupees a share, which is a marginal 2% discount to yesterday's closing price. Now, Nirma, on the back of this particular deal, the open offer limit has been triggered. So Nirma has announced an open offer for acquiring the remainder over 17% stake, and the open offer price is at 631 rupees a share. Analysts say that this particular deal values Glenmark Life Sciences as 8 times FY25 EV to EBITDA. Along with that, some important developments, to track as far as Glenmark Life is concerned, given the fact that Glenmark Life, is a key supplier to Glenmark Pharma as far as the API business is concerned. So, they will continue to procure APIs from Glenmark Life Sciences for 5 fiscal years. And along with that, there are certain business development agreements in overseas for a specified period. The stock is already up 49% in 2023. And also remember, in the IPO that came in August 2021, the IPO actually valued Glenmark Life Sciences at close to 720 rupees a share.
Okay, and kudos to you for breaking that story, bringing it to us before everyone else. Thanks a lot for that, Vivek. So Nirma making that big pharma push, right? And Glenmark Pharma, of course, will be using the deal proceeds towards repayment of debt. But Ekta's here to give us all that, Glenmark Pharma could be in focus for this morning. Ekta, over to you.
Thanks for that. Well, yes, it's definitely a big positive which has come in for Glenmark because they will be net cash positive post this deal. So Glenn Saldana did hold a press conference last evening, a webinar, where he did indicate that the money which they are getting, over 5,600 odd crores, all of it will go into repayment of debt, or they will really repay the gross debt on their books, which stood at around 4,347 crores as of FY23. So net post-tax, they should have around 500 crores of cash left on their books, which would make them net cash positive in terms of a company. Now remember that this has actually been a big overhang for Glenmark throughout, the gross debt on their books, and that's the reason why they haven't really got a premium when it comes to valuations, despite the fact that the stock has run up around 128% from its 52-week low. So maybe a lot of that ground has now been covered, but traditionally it's always been an overhang which is now removed. Now just a couple of more details. No decision on rewarding shareholders as yet. It will probably be taken by the board in the future. They will not look to divest any further assets here on, which is important. They have been divesting assets on a continuous basis. After this, they are not looking to divest any further assets. They will continue to pursue out-licensing deals. There is no change in the guidance for FY24, where revenue growth is estimated at around 10 to 11 odd %. That's probably going to come down simply because of this business going away. And margins 19 to 20%. They expect FY25 to be a real kicker for the company in terms of the benefits of this deal. Nuvama has written on it. They've said that Glenmark Life is not vital to Glenmark Pharma's growth. The path to profitability is unlikely to be impacted. They estimate a 3% profit accretion in FY25. They retain hold given ICNOS uncertainty and a target price of 830. So yes, it is important that the gross debt is removed. But remember that they do have the R&D arm, which the street will now focus on. And how exactly will Glenmark fund the R&D assets that they have on their books going forward is something that the street will also look out for going forward.
Okay, all right, Ekta. Thanks a lot for that. Well, let's hop across to Vivek back again. Vivek, tell us some more stocks you're tracking.
Well, good morning. Yes, quite a few stocks on the radar on the back of news flow. IdeaForge, the company has received orders worth over 58 crores from the Ministry of Defense. Now, this is to supply close to 400 surveillance copters along with their accessories. The next stock is RVNL, one more order win coming in. The company, along with its JV partner, has signed an MOU with NHAI. This is for construction of a 6-lane greenfield, Varanasi, Ranchi, Kolkata highway. The total project cost is over 1,270 crore, with RVNL share in the JV being 40%. 49%. And lastly, NBCC2 on our radar, the company has received an award worth over 100 crores from SAIL, and this order is for development work at Township as well as Mines of SAIL Bhilai plant.
Okay, thank you very much for that. For more stocks in the news, Surbhi joins in. Surbhi.
Thanks so much for that. So first one on my radar is Suntech Realty. Now the company partners with IFC to create a joint platform where they'll invest a total of 750 crores. 330 crores will be invested by IFC and the remaining 420 by Suntech Realty. Now this platform is going to expand the green urban housing in Maharashtra, where they will promote development of 12,000 housing units across 4 to 6 green housing projects in Mumbai. Next is ICCI Lombard. Bhargav Das Gupta tenders his resignation as MD and CEO of the company to pursue opportunities outside of India. Now he has served the company for 14 years, and his term was anyway ending in April of 2024. So this is 7 months ahead of his term ending. So this was anticipated. It will be slight negative for the company. ICICI Securities, SEBI has issued an administrative warning to the company. This warning is in connection with the inspection of books and records related to the merchant banking activities. They have also initiated other quasi-judicial proceedings in this connection itself. But as of now, there is no financial impact to the company, but it will still be negative.
Thank you very much for that. And let me end it with Wipro, where the CFO of the company, Jatin Dalal, has stepped down. He's been the CFO of the company since 2015, so close to about 8 years. And Aparna Iyer, who's been a part of the finance team, will be taking his place as the new CFO of the company. But you know, it's not just one exit for Wipro. Wipro has seen a spate of senior level exits in the last 1 year, and I can count more than, close to about 10 of them. And some of them have gone on to take on CEO position in other companies. So there was to be someone called Angan Guha, who's now become the CEO of Birlasoft, and the list goes on. And these are all the exits that you can see just in the last 1 year. So, and CFO stepping down, could add that additional overhang on Wipro today.
Absolutely. And I think if you map the last 5-6 years, Wipro has always underperformed its peers, right? This could maybe be one of the reasons. I mean, a string of exits in the last couple of years doesn't go well at all.
They've got a new CEO a couple of years back, Thierry Delaporte. Yeah. So, he did reorganize the company, made some changes. So new people came in. Some of the old guard decided to step out and pursue, other opportunities. But Wipro was pegged as a turnaround story. It did very well in the COVID years when there was this big rush of, transformation. But since then, the growth rates for the company have faltered again. So that turnaround hasn't really played out. The only thing that works for Wipro is, the cash balance, etc. And also its valuations are cheaper than the rest of the
Just
peers.
one point to add, with regard to the exits. Mr. Guha, as you said, he joined Birlasoft, and everyone said it's doomsday for Birlasoft. When Mr. DK, he left because he had that big vision. And the stock opened up, I remember, 6-7%. And from there, I think it's up close to around 50%. Post Mr. Guha coming on board on Birlasoft.
Okay, well, let's see what happens with Wipro today. But plenty of stocks in focus in case you missed out on any of them. Stocks with positive news flow. There's Glenmark Pharma, Banks, IdeaForge Tech, RVNL, NBCC, Suntech Realty. While stocks with negative news flow, there's Glenmark Life Sciences, Wipro, ICICI Lombard, and ICICI Securities. But there's also a lot happening in the world of commodities. Brent crude continues to be around $93-94 a barrel. So that is a bit of a headwind for our markets. Manisha is here to give us the latest on that. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, and thank you for that, Sonia. Well, even with the gain that we are seeing come back on Friday, the crude is still headed for a weekly decline, down by nearly a percentage point after gaining 10% in last 3 weeks. I mean, a lot could change within the Europe and US time zones right now. The latest trigger for the gain that you're seeing right now comes in after Russia is banned fuel exports to ex-Soviet states to ensure that there is stability in prices within the country, and that's supported the prices. In any case, we've seen U.S. inventories decline. The U.S. oil output is also expected to decline for a third straight month in the month of October. And then we all are working with the fourth quarter deficit estimates in any case. So the crude oil prices, while it's back above 90, there is definite pressure that we have seen in the metal prices. Nearly 2% of decline overnight. So with that, copper is now trading at a 5-week lows, nickel at a 14-month lows. The strength in US dollar, higher inventories, all of that seems to be pushing it down.
Okay, Manisha, thank you very much for that. Get into a short break. Up next, Dipan Mehta of Elixir Equities will join in for a fundamental stock analysis. Later on, we'll also connect with B. Prasanna of ICICI Bank and Lakshmi Iyer of Kotak Alternate Asset Manager to discuss all about JP Morgan's plan to include the Indian bonds in the emerging market index. Stay tuned.